Hey, Garden family. Welcome back to Goddess Garden Book Chat. It's your girl, 11 Goddess, and today, oh baby, we're diving into something juicy. You ever stumble across a story that makes you hit pause, lean back, and go, wait, what did I just hear? Yeah, that was me about 5 minutes into this story. We're talking about the Audible original, The Dispatcher, by John Scalzi, narrated by the one and only Zachary Quinto. Y'all, this is giving sci-fi noir. It's giving ethical mind games. And what if death just stopped being final? That's really the crux of this novel. Now, like, subscribe, share. I can't say that enough. We are a book club, and in order for us to be a sustainable book club, I need you. So imagine a world where murder becomes a means of saving lives. Yeah, that part. That's what we're talking about today. Now, don't worry, I'm not breaking down this video solo. You know me. I tend to stutter and get lost in the sauce. So I had to go and get my chat squad. Now, our fabulous squad is here and ready to go deep into the characters, the stakes, and the wild twists that made this book and its pacing around this whole vibe something to talk about. I'm so glad I read this book. This is the first Scalzi book I read, and now I'm on my third. He's the author of what's the name of the book? Oh my God, I'm stalling. The Kaiju Society, which is a great read, and The Starter Villain, which is one of my new favorites. So it took me a minute to get there. Now do you see why I don't do the deep dives and I turn it over to my chat squad? Told you I get lost in the sauce. So get comfy, hit subscribe button, as I said before, if you haven't already, and let's get into this unforgettable ride. It comes to such a great crescendo. The Dispatcher. Let's go.
Ever imagine a world where death, even murder, well, it wasn't really the end.
Yeah, like a reset button on life.
That's the wild ride John Scalzi takes us on in The Dispatcher. And let me tell you, it's a fascinating deep dive. We're going to unpack this whole what if death wasn't permanent thing and see where it leads us.
It's not just some far-fetched idea, though. Scalzi makes this world feel real, like you could walk down the street and bump into someone who just got, dispatched.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where we meet Tony Valdez. He's a dispatcher, which in this reality means he's licensed to kill.
But it's not as simple as it sounds. It's not like he's taking out anyone he wants. These are cases where someone's number is already up, so to speak.
It's more like he's making sure death is a revolving door, not a brick wall, right?
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting. Because as Tony says in the book, there's a difference between saving someone's life and playing God with it. Dispatchers have to understand that, or they're going to end up dead, or worse.
Heavy stuff, right? And you can feel that weight on Tony throughout the story.
Totally. It makes you wonder, are dispatchers really saviors, or are they just messing with forces they shouldn't be? It's like, where do you draw the line?
Especially when you toss in a good old-fashioned mystery.
Oh, yeah. Things get real messy real fast.
Tony ends up teaming up with this detective, Frank Bishop. He's seen it all, world-weary, you know the type.
And they're not just chasing down some random bad guy. It's personal this time. One of their own, another dispatcher, has vanished. Poof.
Gone. And suddenly that whole guarantee of coming back, it doesn't feel so certain anymore.
Nope. And as they dig deeper, they uncover some seriously shady dealings.
Like, whoa, this system designed to control death. Maybe it's not so foolproof after all.
Exactly. And that's when Tony says something that really stuck with me. When the rules change, the game gets dirty. And some people are willing to roll in the mud.
Chills. Right.
Big time. Because it makes you realize how easily power, even the power over life and death, can be twisted.
And what happens then? Well, that's what we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, right? If you could cheat death, even just temporarily, would you even be scared to die?
Or would it make you, I don't know, appreciate life even more, knowing it could be taken away, even if it wasn't forever?
It's like Scalzi's messing with our heads, in a good way. It's not just about the death penalty, yay or nay kind of thing.
Not at all. It goes way beyond that. He makes you think about those big questions, What happens when we mess with something as fundamental as death? Do we even have the right?
And it's not just the big philosophical stuff either. It gets really personal, really fast.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, imagine knowing your loved ones, even if they were murdered, they could come back. Would you grieve the same way?
That just hit me right there. It changes everything. How you view relationships, family.
Even the law. Think about it. Witness testimony. Completely different ballgame if someone can be dispatched and brought back.
Whoa. And what about criminals? Could they use this, like, game the system somehow.
That's what Scalzi's getting at. It throws the whole justice system into chaos. Prisons, trials, even the concept of punishment. It all changes.
It's like he took a magnifying glass to our legal system and said, look at this mess you got here.
Right, and he's showing us how fragile it all is. We take death's finality for granted, but what happens when that's gone?
So it's not some utopia where everyone's happy because no one really dies.
Nope. It's messy, it's complicated, and it makes you question everything.
And this whole time, Tony's stuck right in the middle of it.
Trying to do his job, trying to make sense of it all.
With a conscience, too. He's not some cold-hearted killer. You feel for the guy.
Exactly. He's wrestling with the weight of his actions, with the moral implications of what he does.
And that internal struggle, that's what makes The Dispatcher more than just a sci-fi thriller. We've been digging deep into this world where death takes a back seat. But I gotta say, it makes you think about our own world in a whole new light.
That's the beauty of it, right? Speculative fiction, it takes these what-ifs and turns them into a mirror. We see ourselves, our anxieties reflected back.
For real. Like, remember how we were talking about the legal system? Witnesses, trials, the whole shebang.
Right. Imagine the headaches, the loopholes, the utter chaos.
It'd be a field day for lawyers, that's for sure.
Mhm.
But it goes even further than that. Think about inheritance, insurance policies. The whole system's built on death being, well, the end of the line.
Domino effect, right. You pull that one thread, death's permanence, and the whole thing could unravel.
And that's where it gets really interesting, really unsettling. Would we even want to live in a world without death? Like, really?
Now that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's one humans have wrestled with forever. And Scalzi, he doesn't pretend to have the answer.
Nope. Instead, he drops us right into the mess with Tony.
Living it, breathing it, trying to make sense of it all.
And through Tony, we start to see that even if you could hit rewind on death, it doesn't make it meaningless.
If anything, it makes the moments when death is final hit even harder. Makes you realize it's not about the body disappearing. It's about the hole left behind.
The empty space at the dinner table, the voice you won't hear again. That's the real loss, right?
Exactly. And that's something no amount of technology can fix.
And that brings us back to what The Dispatcher is really about. It's not some how-to guide on cheating death. It's about facing life, cherishing it even, with all the chaos and beauty and heartbreak that comes with it.
It's about recognizing that life, even with its limits, even with its inevitable end, is precious.
The powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Scalzi really knows how to pack a punch with his stories.
He really does. And this one, The Dispatcher, it'll stick with you. Trust me.
So to anyone listening who loves a good mind bender, something that makes you think and feel in equal measure, you got to check it out.
It's a wild ride, a detective story, a philosophical exploration, all rolled into one.
It might even make you look at the world a little differently. Appreciate what you've got, you know.
Now there's a thought to leave you with.
This has been quite the deep dive, wouldn't you say? Until next time, keep those minds open, keep asking those big questions, and we'll see you the next one.
Welcome to the personal perspective where I get to talk about personally what this book was like for me. Now, listening to The Dispatcher left me with a lot on my plate to really sort of consider. It's one of those books where it isn't just an exploration of the bizarre, altered reality that it presents to us. It's a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and ethical dilemmas about life and death. Everybody has them at some juncture in their life, and this book spins it on its ear. Tony's inner conflict, the main character Tony, and the precarious balance he maintains between duty and consciousness is resonated in both me and hopefully with you on a very personal level. The idea that death might not be the ultimate end forces us to re-examine what it truly means to live. And that's a question I find endlessly fascinating. I hope you do too. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. I hope that you find this author and this book interesting. I'm becoming a huge Scalzi fan, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this bold reimagining of morality. Until next time, friends, keep questioning, keep reading, and in the meantime and in between our time together, stay curious. Bye, friends.